So hey guys, I'm spray bombing this stuff. Don't don't give me a bunch of crap about it, okay? It's fine, you know, it's not a show truck. Next one I'll probably have it powder coated, but I'm just getting these primed up. When I go to put this all together, I missed some more stuff a little bit. That's black paint a little bit on there. A little bit. When I put this together with the other piece and get it all in there, make sure it's all fitting real nice, then I will paint them. Make sure the flapper's working good in there, because I probably have to maybe re-drill the one flapper hole there a little bit. Maybe not. But I'm just using this primer. And this stuff's, I don't know, ceramic. And this stuff here, I had used on the exhaust pipes, manifolds, and push rod tubes. And this stuff here, I primed, or I didn't prime it, I just painted. I did the push rod tubes. I didn't tape over the ends where the rubber O-rings go. And maybe like 2 hours, I'm like, I'll just go over there and wire wheel it off, because I had a couple push rod tubes Gary gave me that were painted, and when I cleaned them, the paint just flew right off. This stuff right here, after maybe like 2 hours dry time, I could hardly get it off. I mean, it was hard to get it off. So that stuff, I'd say, is pretty good. And so I'm just gonna prime this up. I'd usually don't use a respirator or not, unless I'm like painting with a gun. I usually don't even use this. I'll have if there's a breeze, I'll paint to the breeze to my back. Ah, big old plane. Paint to the breeze to my back, or I'll put a fan out here just to get a little breeze. But yeah, don't worry about that one. It's got so much dust on it, any overspray. It doesn't matter. I'm pulling the motor out of that 65. I kind of wanted to redo, actually make that a driver. But Gary said, it's a rust bomb. And there is some rust in I think the windshield pillars, and there's rust on the bottom and that. And he's right. I'm just going to pull the motor and some parts and maybe just sell it as a roll if someone wants it. I kind of don't care on that one. That one's a 66. Needs to get the motor rebuilt. I have most of the stuff to rebuild it. All the gaskets, the rings. I don't have the bearings. Not yet. And I normally don't paint. Like it's like 95. I don't know, maybe 100 out. I didn't check. And this paint, you have to literally soak it till it is going to almost run. Otherwise, you get dry spots, and it really, I mean, this is kind of ridiculous. It looks like I would have runs everywhere, and I don't. Combination of heat and this ceramic with ceramic paint, or primer with ceramic and the paint too. And I've painted thousands of spray bombs probably in my life, and that's not that's for sure. And never had paint that you had to like just soak it. Like I'm just trying to get the spots that I might miss and the edges. And as far as that, even the paint, you gotta like soak it till it looks wet. Otherwise, you get dry spots. And when you even soak it till it's wet, looks like it's almost going to start just dripping and sagging, make sure you get every spot, because it'll dry, and then you'll have a dry spot in there, and then you'll be out there painting it again. A lot of that stuff already I painted, it's got three coats of gray on it, because I'm just like trying to get it, you know, shiny wet. So I'll get just keep working at this stuff. All right, so this is all butchered up here and broke. So what I'm gonna do on this one, I am gonna take my die grinder, I'm gonna grind that out to fit that washer in there. It can be a little bit bigger, so it's got something better to weld to, so I get some little gap in there, but I'm gonna grind her inside the blue, keep the blue there. I'm gonna grind, but cut it out. Make sure I'm not catching nothing, bending anything. Making it worse than it is. See, I can't tighten that because it's going to wreck something else. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good there. And grab my glasses, or my gloves, and my face shield. These work really good. You gotta be careful so you don't catch and spin around. The only thing I hate about it is these little pieces that this burr, they're little slivers, and I instantly, as soon as I'm done, I sweep it up and well, at least sweep it up. Especially on the floor. I don't want my dogs walking through it and getting that stuff stuck in them, their feet. You just gotta hold it real tight so she doesn't do some craziness. Kinda don't mind if it's actually even bigger, because that gives a place for some weld to be. Because once I grind her off, she won't have nothing much left there. You know, if I leave any weld on there. I don't want to get her oblong one way or the other. I want her to fit in there where she was marked for the most part, like it is now. Because if I grind a little bit more one way, that hole is going to be off. So I'm right in there. I'm happy with that. So I'll knock the burrs off of there and go ahead and weld that in there. I think that was the best choice to do that one, fix it. All right, if you can see that, I got her in there nice. I got her clamped down nice and flat. And double checking my gas is on. And I'm just going to still hold it down with this, I think. And I'm gonna weld her in there. Now I'm not gonna go crazy with a solid weld all the way around, because it's just gonna blow it, melt it, and screw it all up. So yeah. That baby's hot. We're gonna let it sit there and cool off like that. I'll turn the fan on. And I guess take an air hose to work too and blow it off. Blow it. Take an air hose and blow it and cool it off that way. But I'm just gonna leave her just like that. I got the fan going here. I'm gonna let her cool for a couple minutes. And flip her over, weld the other side. I will flapper it, smooth this end out here kinda in the shape it's supposed to be. And this piece will be fixed. I'll sandblast it again. Sorry, I will bead blast it again. Sorry, I keep saying sandblast, bead blast. All right, it turned out real nice. I'm going to flapper disc it down. Now what I did do is just take the high spots off. I'm going to feather that in a little bit and try not to hit this. I'm just going to try to take the material off my weld on there on each side a little bit. I'm still going to leave a little bit on there. Something's got to hold it together. I'm going to hit this in. Now that don't look too bad. I think the time I sandblast it, it won't be so noticeable. And it's better if it's functionable to me than how it looks. I mean, I do want it to look good. I'm gonna leave it like that. Now it's just a little bit thicker. Could use a little touch right there, a weld. It's a little bit thicker where that washer is. Now I've been grinding, it's probably a little thinner around the tin there. But that's gonna solve the problem of that. All right, I'm gonna start straightening these. This one's all dented in and few bumps here and there. I'm gonna straighten that a little bit. These holes look a little bit worn bigger, but I think I'll just leave them, put washers on there. That'll be fine with that. These are cut here and here, worn through. I will weld that in real nice. This is bent up here. This one doesn't seem to be as bad. It's still got all of them are worn there where it's worn right through. I'll weld them up. There was some oil under that rivet that seeped out. This is dented in. I did line them up here so I kind of look to see, you know, so I'm not pounding something wrong. They are upwards on the back here. So I will, I'm just gonna take a piece of wood and bang that down right there. Yeah, look, I mean, someone had hit something and it scraped it and did that to it, is what it was. So it's already better. It's already better. Ba-dum-bum. And the wood is good because it doesn't, you know, it's soft and doesn't leave a big dent in it. So that already looks 10 times better. So I'll work on straightening all this. Maybe I can get that pounded back like that, a little bit there. And get these things straightened out on this here. Trying to weld here. Can't see what the heck I'm doing. Hard enough seeing with glasses anyways. I'll clean this up a little bit. Had this welding helmet, I don't know how many years ago I bought this one. I was at the welding shop picking up wire and gas. And I seen it there, and I had some old junker that was so old. I said, you know what? Today's my birthday. I'm gonna buy it. Jeez, I don't know. It's probably I don't know, 2000. What do you think? Maybe 2013, 12, 13. But it's a good helmet. I need to get some new sweatband on there. Anyways, probably had this on my head hundreds of hours. Yeah, maybe I can see what I'm doing now. Stuff works good. Let's see, ammonia free. Good on window tint too. Won't wreck it. So when I was welding this, you know, I kind of try to go back and forth so they kind of cool off a little bit. I guess you take an air hose, you can blow them off too. Nothing's gonna really warp on this, but it is like welding a aluminum can. It's nothing there, not near much. So I'll take this here with the burr, and I'll smooth that out fairly all right, you know. After I got it to stop burning, blowing hose through, I kind of went back over it heavier to give it a little thickness there, because it's so thin, so thin. Yeah, I'll clean that up, and they're fairly straight. And somebody had cut something out of here. I don't know if I should weld something back in there. They hacked it up a bit. I wonder if I should just leave it for now or try to fill it in. Let's see. And here is approximately 2 inches. And it's about it's over 2 1/4, 2 5/16 maybe. So they took out about a 1/4 inch there for some dang reason and hacked it up. Exhaust pipe, right? Exhaust pipe crap. They did a crap job. I'll probably go ahead and weld something in there. And if it's in the way a little bit later, I can cut that out. If I have to take it and redo it and repaint it, it's fine with me. But I'd rather kind of fix it now and get in there and go, that looks like crap. I don't like how it looks. So I'll do something with that. I'll cut a piece and put it in here from the inside. Weld it up around there. Feather it in with the flapper, sandblast, bead blast it. Sorry, I keep saying sandblast, it's stuck in my head. I think I got it fairly straight. Maybe angle too. Maybe I need to go down a little bit, maybe not. Just a little bit. There, maybe this one's down. It's supposed to be up. I guess that'd be where your rod for opening it and closing it. Other than that, the more I keep looking, the more I keep seeing stuff, but we got them fairly straight. And I'm gonna clean these up. And go from there. Keep tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. I'm tweaking it the right way. So I'd like to add the motor here before I paint all this. Have these primed. Screw them on, kind of look at it, and go from there. But I think this would be good. Yeah, a few more welding projects, and we'll be done with this stuff. I cleaned them up. They're all right. I'll sandblast them, see how they look. I'll bead blast them, see how they look. I can always touch up these holes a little bit. If I had to round them out a little bit more, like that one maybe. I'll put like that. I got a pointy burr around here, so I think I put it away. A pointy one, I could just go in there and clean it up a little bit so I don't, if I ran a drill bit through, it's probably gonna catch it and pull it weird. So I'll clean a couple of them up a little bit and go bead blast these babies. And I might have to go and touch this up a little bit more in here. I don't want to go too much. I won't have nothing left there. I don't want to start grinding it through. And you know, maybe down the road I'll find I still got a little more hammering. Maybe down the road I'll find a better set of these. Maybe I have a better set laying out back. Pull them out of a vehicle, or just maybe a better set. And you know, for now they go on there. And like I said, if I find something nicer, and that, you know, that's easy to, you know, fix take them off and put another set on. You don't have to pull the whole everything apart so much on it. Yeah. More and more. Okay, still keep playing this. Oh yeah, I still wanted to weld this in here too. I'm still gonna go run them on the sand and the blast cabinet, see how they look. They're very heavy now. I mean, very heavy in there in the corners. I welded up pretty thick in there. So I said it's not going to be super nice on the outside here. It won't be bad, but it's not going to be perfect. But it's going to be a lot better than what it was. So yeah, get them done. So I got these out of the bead blaster, and they're not bad. I mean, I'm not going to grind anymore. If I grind it anymore in there, I'm going to just make it thin again. Is it 100% perfect like it was? No. Is it 100 times better? Yes. It's not split. It's not cracked. The backside's heavy in there. This one was the 2. This one was the 3 of them were all split and separated. It's going to hold. It's going to be fine. I could always, I mean, look how pitted that was. That's as clean as that gets. You don't see that anyways, but still, I can always find another set of these, go ahead and throw them on there. If it bothered me, that's not going to bother me one bit at all. I mean, I'd rather have that than it hanging there breaking. Pretty soon they're going to break. They were broken, a third of the way on these, so pretty soon it's just going to, you know, whatever it's just going to be flapping in there. So I am going to weld this up, weld something in there too, make it like that side. We'll do that. So I just sketched out a piece out of this 16 gauge, 16, I think. And I just kind of butted these two up and seen what was actually missing out of the one. And it's been cut. I was gonna say, did it rust that bad? No. And I'm just gonna cut this here piece out of there, like so. Put my earplugs in, so my ears ain't ringing. They're really loud really bothers my ears. So, we'll step in front of the camera. Drop it, what I did. Out of the way. Yeah. Whew. My plasma cutter, man. My little hand one. This is done. I can grind that out. The rest of it there. Put in the vise. I'm just going to grind it. Pulse the blue. Clean that up. And then we'll see how that fits. Alright, so I had cut that out. I just used the flapper. I stuck that piece in the vise, flappered it out close enough, and it's gonna fit in there like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and weld it from the back around there a little bit, a little light all the way around. I'm gonna at least tack it in the back. I don't think it should be on the front. It kind of looks nicer there. I was gonna weld it in the back and weld that stuff up. Feather it in. Decisions. I almost don't look bad that way. If I could just tack it real nice on there all the way around, and I'll do it that way. That's what I'm gonna do, just like that. Because then I can kind of feather that, and then that's gonna be good. That'll be better, I think. All right, so I clamped it on there. I'm gonna go ahead right where it is. Look at that, blew right through and I hardly even touched it. That is so thin there. Golly. try to weld on my piece I'm putting on there, and pull your weld this way a little bit, because that stuff is so thin there's just nothing there. Just like that. And I should have made it a little longer because I'm right there by the edge. Like that's looking pretty good. Except for where I blew the hole, not thinking that there's nothing under here. It's just so thin and there's nothing there. But I'll get that all filled back in. So I'll go ahead and keep welding that until we get her all pretty. All right, so I welded all the way around it. I mean, that's the spot I had burnt through, so that's why it's bigger. Did burn through another spot there. Here I tried to thicken it up because it's on the edge. Burnt it through a little bit because it's so thin. But we got her. And I will clean all that up, flapper it. All right, so I welded all the way around. That was the spot that was burnt. I first initially melted through. Hit our little spot there. Tried thickening it up here. And started melting, so I did it real thick because it was on the edge there. I want that to be thick. The inside looks like that. I'll just clean that up a little bit. And then I'll go ahead and shape that like the other one. And then I'll put it on it and find out my exhaust hits it and have to grind it bigger. Now, I just started to clean this here. And so I'll continue working on that. Make it look pretty. Now what I did is I just cleaned up this side here to the original width it was on here, because that wasn't cut away or nothing. So I trimmed that back and I clamped these together, and I took a marker and I marked there. And I'm just going to clean that spot there out of there. All right, so I'm very happy with how it turned out. I got it cut real nice, kind of matches the other one. And it's all replaced what was all missing in there. And so I don't know. That's done. That's done. I'll bead blast that, and these are done. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Hopefully I won't have to come back after I put my exhaust in. I'm doing custom exhaust, so I'll get it fit in there real nice, I think. And all right, give this a little blast and just go in the pile for paint. And look, I still keep looking and keep seeing stuff. It's off us, I think, a little bit here. I didn't weld over there, so just a little bit. Now she's good. I think these parts are done. Whew. A lot of work on this little stuff. And I could have just grabbed them off of the original ones from Blue Boy, but then I miss them for the next project, you know? So I'll just fix these ones. And that'll be fine, you know? Stop. Look at this stuff. I just don't want to do too much tweaking. I'm going to put those together. Actually, I'll fit those ends to this first to make sure that all fits in there before I paint these. All right, I had to go look at the ones from Blue Boy to see exactly which side what goes where. So the bottom big part here goes on the outside. That's how that one is. And the bottom, I thought it went to outside. I don't know why I said outside. Outside, let me see. Yeah, outside, inside. Yeah, outside, that's the way I said it. The big one goes on the outside of this one and on the inside of this side here. Outside goes on the outside, inside it goes on the inside. This is the outside, the screw will fit in there. And there's a screw there. And it's not too bad. I'll prime these and make sure I get them all fitted real nice and make sure they fit. Now I looked at the ones that were on Blue Boy and they're not much better shape. They're all dented up too and pounded, so I'm glad I fixed these ones anyways.